Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 2 of the sweep command in Onshape. When we left off last, we had our paper clip that we had drawn using horizontal lines and tangent 3-point arcs. When you turn on the constraint feature, you're going to want to just check and make sure that you match these up as best you can with the drawings that you have in the video or during the slide presentation. And if you need to add them, you can come up here to our options bar. You can find it on the quick access toolbar. Make sure you turn on the geometric constraint you want to apply, and you can adjust them. So for example, let's delete this sketch entity here, and you'll notice when I hover over this icon, it tells me that this arc is tangent to this bottom line, but I also want it tangent to the secondary line that is connected to. So to do that, I will select tangent, select the arc and the line, and it will add my geometric constraints. All right, once you have your geometric constraints, you want to go to the next level to fully constrain the part, and we're going to want to add our dimensional constraints that are given to you in the slide deck. So to activate dimension, I'm going to hit D on the keyboard, or I can go up here and select dimension from the quick access toolbar as well, and I can start applying my dimensions according to my drawing here. Oh, I got lucky. That one's actually 125. Let's see here. The radius, when we dimension arcs, we're going to use a radius. So the radius for that is 15. This radius over here, we're going to want at 20. And this distance that we're going to want between these two center points on the arcs will be 25. And I'm going to want the distance between this line, so I'm going to select the endpoints. You could also select the line if you would like. And I believe that's all we're going to want for now. We should be good with those. And you're asked next to go ahead, because we're going to add a new sketch path in here, that you want to rename this sketch. So to rename the sketch, here in the sketch editing window box, you can do a couple different things. It's entirely up to you. But when it's on and you hover over it, you're going to see our editing pencil. And if you click the edit pencil, you can rename it. And we are going to rename it as our path sketch. And once you do that, we will go ahead and select it. And now we have this path sketch done pretty much what we want. And we want to go ahead before we do the sweep and add the diameter that we're going to want to use for the sweep command, and that's going to be on the perpendicular plane. So in order to add that, we're going to hit Shift S to add a new sketch, and you want to pick the right plane, and if it's not visible, go here to the feature tree and it should be visible. You can turn it on if it's not, or rotate your view cube around. You can rotate using the right key on your mouse if you want, hold it down to rotate, but you want to make sure that you pick the right side of that in order to draw your sketch. And again, as always, we want to right click then and do view normal to sketch plane. So you're going to see just our sketch plane, but you're going to see the endpoints that we used from ours for our dimension sketch. And we're going to want to add a circle here, so that's C on the keyboard, or along the top, you can go ahead and select the center circle, and you can place it anywhere, because we can zoom in and try to get that on to that point, but it's much easier just to draw it as we want it. And I'm going to want this to be let's see, I want this to be 5 millimeters. And then from there, I'm going to actually make the center point coincident or coincident with my point on my sketch path or path sketch. So I'll come up to my geometric constraints and I'll look around and I will say, which one of these is coincident? And if you hover over these, that's midpoint. It doesn't show me. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So this is coincident here, where they're going to share the same point. And you're going to select yours and your point, and it will geometrically constrain that onto the sketch path for you. And what we're going to want to do is go ahead and edit this again and change it to what's called the profile sketch. And we will be ready in the next video to add our sweep command. So let's select accept here, and I will see you in a second, and we'll go ahead and finish the part off.